sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors in the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. Good to be back from Oxford, Mississippi, and the great time that we had down there. Came back with a couple of awards, and the radio show got third place in the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association EIC contest, which is 13 states. Honored to be that, and really happy to have that second and the website, thanks to our webmaster, Guy Trebo. And this is First Saturday. Yes, it is. It's hard to believe. November the 2nd, and we've come in with a roar with some cooler weather. And that means that we have Brother Daryl and Daryl.
It's the Daryl and Daryl Live and Monkey Show.
Yeah, we got the monkey here. No, we don't. We got Gene Smith is here all the way from Raleigh. Not North Carolina.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. You didn't come from North Carolina, did you?
No, I came the other way.
Well, the other guy in the studio came from North Carolina.
Yes, he did.
We'll talk to him in a minute. But Dave Gabbard is he's roughing it in Hawaii. I'm a
little bit further west than y'all this morning. Well, really in the middle of the night over here.
That's right.
You 5-hour difference.
Well, you shouldn't.
Y'all are thinking morning coffee, and I just come in from a luau.
That's what I was thinking, and you're still shaking, right? I can imagine. Yeah. Don't even let me visualize.
He got a grass skirt on. I can see it.
All right, Dave and his wife and another couple of friends in there. You're in the island. Now, which one are you at? You're in the northern one.
I'm on Kauai.
Say that to him. Kauai. Okay, Kauai to you too.
Bless you.
It's one of the northern islands. It's one they call the Garden Island.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
A lot of rain, they say.
Maui always gets a pretty good rap, but about being green. But this is what they call the Garden Island. In fact, it's the one it hosts a big canyon, what Mark Twain called the Grand Canyon of the Hawaii. It's I looked at that already, and it's if you like birds,
okay,
all the species of birds. I asked a native the other day, one of the locals. I said, "What's the population of this island?" And she really didn't know, but I can tell you, the chickens outnumber them 4-1. There's chickens everywhere.
Oh, so you don't even have to get a spicy chicken sandwich anyplace in.
If I was homeless over here, my diet would be steady of chicken.
Chicken. But
lots of different bird species over here. Minor birds and 3 or 4 species of dove and wildfowl like that. In fact, I stopped the other day. I'm always intrigued when I go somewhere. I check on the hunting.
Right.
And they do have hunting over here. They've got several species of pheasant and chuckers. They got chuckers, but the little bit bigger game they have over here, believe it or not, they do have black-tailed deer.
They do.
Right, yeah.
Wow. What
they put in, they have to put in for lottery for that, but the other two go-to animals for game is feral goats and feral pigs.
Yeah, I figured that.
Well, we can ship some of those pigs over there from here, but and they have some golf courses, I know. So
yeah. I to tell you the truth, all the activities. Oh, that's the cheapest thing I've done so far.
Well, speaking of cheap, no, I don't. Hey, we have a good friend of mine, and a lot of you folks know out there, Alan Houston. He has been at Ames Plantation for 30 years. Let's see, 79 to where we are today. Let's see, that's 40 years.
Yeah.
That is 40 years. Alan has been there as he has a title that I had written down here, but I can't find it now. But he is the chief of forestry, wildlife. He's in charge of their big game program, the hunting club over there, and a longtime friend of ours. And if you've never been to Ames Plantation, you need to put that on your bucket list because it is a step back in there's so much historical facilities out there, the Manor House, whatever. You do know it is, of course, is the National Bird Dog Championships. Comes up in February, but it's also a stopping off point. But Alan's going to relate to us, and good morning too, Alan. Thank you for being here.
You bet. Glad to be here.
Alan's going to talk a little bit about an experience he just had related to elk hunting out west, but also we would like to congratulate Alan is winning first place in the magazine category at the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association Excellence in Craft. And I was honored to pick up that plaque and bring it to Alan this morning, and along with a nice check.
But
just,
you was probably more honored to eat his meal at the dinner.
Yes.
Well, he actually is going to pay for that. He just doesn't know it yet. But no, that's part of it. But a great honor. It's one I've never won, and to think that my friend over here is part of the Once Upon a Time Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News magazine writers. That when I was the editor there, and if you didn't get the October issue of the magazine, grab it because it's got the third part of a very well-written and knowledgeable story on. It's not story; it's facts on chronic wasting disease that he has put together. But congratulations!
Well,
it meant something, didn't it? Didn't it?
A great deal. It's almost like like I'm a kid, and I find something with my name on it and go, where did this come from? I was amazed.
And you wrote about the creek. Now,
wrote about the creek. I wrote about my dad.
Yeah, and I know you've mentioned, as all of us do, your dad played such a big part in your life, and wished he could have been there for this and seen this. But the story was just about. It's a real. We're going to talk about the elk hunting in just a minute, but that story. Tell our listeners the gist of that story.
Well, my dad passed away, and we were with him there at home when he did. And
How old was he?
Daddy was 92.
92. Okay.
So he and I had spent a bunch of time fishing, hunting through the years. He carried me around when I was little, and so we went back up to settle the estate and do some of that kind of work. And I just had to take off and slip off and go fishing, and I did. And, it was a good day, and I was having luck, and I got hung up, and I flipped the rod around, and the next thing I know, I'd slung the pole, the front part of the pole completely off.
Yes.
Off into oblivion. Couldn't find it, didn't know where it was. It kind of made me think about the old creek.
Yes.
Maybe it wanted a memento. And I wrote about that. And the fact that he and the creek and me as a little boy had shared some good times. And so I wrote about that and talked about how much I would love to have had a chance now as an older man to see my dad as a young man and to go up and shake his hand and tell him thank you. But about 2 weeks later, I went back to the creek and several holes downstream in some heavy water got hung again. And I eased whatever it was out, and the 1 in a million chance came with it.
What was it?
It was my dad's pole.
It was his dad's fishing pole. I
figured the creek just gave it back to me to let me know that we understood each other.
Yeah. Dave, I know your dad lived to be, 140? Mr. Glenn?
101.
101 years old. Wow. And I know you could reflect back on times, maybe going out to the farm in Lexington out there where you live now, and memories of your dad. I know when you hear Alan talk about that, I I didn't know. I knew you. I shook your dad's hand before. I didn't know Dave's dad, but I didn't for sure know Gene Smith's dad. But
Right.
I feel like I did. No one to talk about those things, and all three of you guys have got great memories of that in your life, and so pick up you can probably find the Crick on the Mid-South Hunting Fishing News magazine website or whatever it might be, but we're going to take a break, and I want Dave to jump in because Dave can tell about. Dave's the cooker, and when he goes out west, I mean, Dave.
They love Dave.
They love Dave, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a chuck wagon out there, it's Dave. So we're going to talk about what it's like to hunt out west for a big game like the elk with Dave Gabbert in Hawaii, Gene Smith in studio, and our good friend Alan Houston with us also. So let's take a break. Shelby McCall she's putting up one finger. I think that means in 1 minute. So we better get out of here and come right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.